Hey guys, welcome to Algo Forces. So today we'll be going ahead with Leetcode problem number 2270, that is number of ways to split the array. Okay, so I'll explain you the description first, then I'll explain you the logic, and then we'll move ahead to the coding part. So let's begin with the description. So it says that you are given a zero indexed integer array nums of length n. Now nums contain a valid split at index I such that the following are true. So there are two conditions. First is a sum of first I plus 1 elements is greater than or equal to sum of last n minus I plus 1, sorry, n minus I minus 1 elements, and there is one at least one element to the right of I. Okay, so it's what it's trying to say is, let's say I am making the split at index. Maybe let's see here, that is I am considering two elements on the left of split. Okay, so basically there are two elements to the right of split, right? So it says that 10 plus 4, the sum of all the elements to the left of split should be greater than sum of all the elements to the right of split. So here 10 plus 4 is 14, 14 is greater than minus 8 plus 7, that is minus 1, right? So this is a valid split. Now let me try to consider this one. So 10 plus 4, 14 minus 8, 6. Is 6 greater than 7? No, right? So this is not a valid split. Now let's consider this split. 10. Is 10 greater than 7 plus 4, 11 minus 8, that is 3. Is 10 is greater than 3? Yes. So even this is a valid split, right? Okay. So now I can move ahead to the logic part. Okay, so let's start with this example. So first of all, I'll try to make a split here. So is 10 greater than the sum of the right part, that is 7 plus 4, 11 minus 8? Yes, it is greater than, right? 10 is greater than 3. So this is a valid split. Now just pay attention here. So if I make a split here, okay, so I'm checking if 10 plus 4, that is 14, if it is greater than minus 8 plus 7, that is minus 1. It is greater than, right? So essentially what we are doing is, basically if I'm making a split at here, then I'll take a sum of all the elements in my split, right? So okay, so if I want to take a sum of all the elements, then which is the best data structure in this? So if you remember about the concept of prefix sum, okay, so in prefix sum what we are doing is, let's say I am taking the sum of all the elements starting from left and to the right. So if I am at index 4, then I'll do 10 plus 4, that is 14. Okay. Now if I'm at index 2, that is, so 10 plus 4 minus 8, 14 minus 8 is 6. And if I'm index 3, so I sum of all of these elements, that is 10 plus 4, 14 minus 8, 6, 6 plus 7, 6 plus 7 is 13. So basically what I'm doing is, if I am at index 3, so I am just adding the indexes at I minus 1, that is 6 plus 7, that is 13. Okay, so we can like if you got the logic till now, then basically we will be doing this in order of n. We are just creating a prefix sum array, and what we'll do is, see this, the element at the last index of prefix sum gives us the total summation of the whole, all the elements in the whole array, right? So basically here in this approach, what we saw before is, we are taking the sum of all the elements of the left of split, and we are comparing it with the sum of all the elements to the right of split. Now we already have the sum of all the elements of the whole array, that is 13, right? So what we'll do is, we'll do 13 minus sum of all the elements to the left of split, and that will give us directly sum of all the elements to the right of split. So we'll directly compare. Let's say I am at index 1, so I will directly compare the number at index 1 of the prefix sum to the number of to the value of num number at n minus 1. Okay, that is prefix sum of n minus 1, prefix sum of n minus 1, that is the last element, minus prefix sum of I. Okay, so basically what we are doing is at index n minus 1 it is having the sum of all the elements of the array. So I'm just doing the prefix sum at I, that is sum of all the elements to the left of split, and I'm just subtracting it with the total sum, so that will give me the sum of all the elements to the right of split. And similarly, by using this formula we'll go on comparing for the whole array, and that will give us our answer. Okay, so I hope you understood this logic, and now let's move to the coding part. And yeah, before that, as we saw earlier, so the time complexity of this solution is order of n, because we are just traversing the array only once. And so actually it should be order of 2n, because we are traversing the whole array twice, but this 2 is a constant, so we can neglect that, and that's why the it is order of n. And the space complexity would be order of n again, because we are having an array for storing the all the elements of the prefix sum. And now we can move to the coding part. Okay, so what all do we need here? We will need a integer array. Okay, but we have to look at the constraints that nums dot length can go up to 10 raised to 5. So the summation of all the elements to the right might be greater than the integer limit. So instead I will take double. Okay, now I'll take one count variable to store the count of all the splits. Now I will just initialize the pre-sum array. Pre-sum of 0 equals to nums of 0. Now I'll just traverse through the array, fill up the pre-sum. I should start from 1. Okay, and pre-sum at I equals to pre-sum at I minus 1 plus nums of I. Okay, now we have filled up the pre-sum. Now I'll start looping again 0 to nums dot length minus. Also, see, there is a second condition as well, that there is at least one element to the right of I. So I'll just loop till nums dot length minus 2. Okay, so that there is at least one element on the right. Now, if presum at I is greater than equal to presum at nums dot length minus 1. So this is presum of nums dot length minus 1 is the total summation of all the elements in the array minus presum of I. So this will give us the summation of the right of the split. So now I'll, if this condition satisfies, then I'll do count plus plus and I'll return count. So this is it. Now let's try to run the solution. Okay, it worked, and let me try to submit it. Okay, see, this worked too. And okay, so if you have any queries, you can just comment in the comment section, and I hope you like and subscribe this video. Okay, then bye bye for now.